He's more like a promoter than a fighter. He likes to promote, but maybe he was born under the lucky star, and the road is just a path is just going very, very smooth for him.
Pro boxing fans, we're here in London. With me, I've got Egis Klimas. First of all, Egis, I asked you off camera, what are you doing in London, man? How's things? What is going on? What brings you to London?
Well, it's a fans town. UK is a boxing country, and here today, most of the pillars of the community of the boxing is here today. So I have to be here too.
Let's talk about why we're all here first of all, before I talk about your fighters and yourself specifically. Artur Beterbiev, Dmitry Bivol, obviously the press conference for that, and also the 5v5 Matchroom Queensberry. How good is this event in your eyes, and how great is it that we get to see different fighters from different promoters now, getting under one umbrella and seeing all these shows happening?
Well, the fighters are brilliant. Main event is unbelievable. The hardest to call in a long time, which is, I would say, 50-50. I personally know both guys, and I've seen their careers, I've seen their fights. Both are the best, and 50-50.
I was going to ask you for a prediction, but I'm not asking for a prediction. I'll ask you for maybe a scenario in that fight. We got Artur Beterbiev, who's destructive. He's got destructive hands. You got Bivol, who's a very clever, technical fighter. What happens in this fight in your eyes?
Well, it's always a clever fighter have to win against a puncher. But don't forget, Beterbiev has a long career on his shoulders as well. Long amateur career, big amateur career, and I'm not sure if they fought each other in the amateurs. Probably did. No?
Not that I know.
No, not what I know of also. So both we came from almost like I would say same school. It would be very interesting to see it. I am anxious to see that fight.
Let me ask you about another fight on this card. We've got Deontay Wilder making a comeback against Zhang, both coming off losses. Talk to me about this fight. How did this fight play out?
Deontay Wilder didn't look good in his last fight with Parker. It's gonna be interesting to see, did he recover from that loss? Are we going to see the same what we saw a few years ago, or he's going to be different, or Tyson Fury drying him out? Nobody knows. Here it's hard to predict because of the last fight wasn't the best what we saw.
Another heavyweight fight, and the fight that could, directly affect your fight in Oleksandr Usyk is Daniel Dubois and Hrgovic. They're going to be fighting. It seems like the fighter might be, fighting AJ in the meantime. The winner of that could be fighting AJ. Then if goes on to the winner of Usyk Fury. There seems to be a little sort of table there. But what happens in that fight? We see Dubois being impressive in his last outing out there. What do you make of that fight?
Personally, I think Hrgovic is more dangerous fighter. I think Hrgovic is gonna win.
I want to ask you about your fighter, Oleksandr Usyk. We've seen him out on social media a lot, smiling, looks in good shape. A lot of people are already analysing, like they do a couple of weeks away from the fight, that maybe he's a bit heavier. Maybe he looks a little bit heavier. When you've seen him face to face in these last couple of weeks, does he look that much heavier to you?
He kind of looks kind of bumped up, but he looks in a very good shape. I saw his sparrings. I'm not going to talk about the sparrings, but I saw what's happening in the sparrings, and I'm very confident.
I do want to ask you, obviously, a lot of people have had words to say about this fight. There's a lot of talk, there's a lot of momentum building about the hype about this fight. One thing that a former fighter, former world champion Barry McGuigan said is that Tyson Fury is not elite. He's not an elite fighter. Do you agree with him? Do you believe that Tyson Fury is an elite of this generation?
He's more like a promoter than a fighter. He likes to promote, but maybe he was born under the lucky star, and the road is just a path is just going very, very smooth for him.
We will catch up with you, obviously, leading up to that fight in Saudi Arabia. I do want to quickly ask you about another fighter of yours, Lomachenko, Vasiliy. How is he? I know he's got a big fight in Australia, but talk to me about how he's getting on.
He's good. I left him when I went to Berlin, where I picked up another of my champion. We beat a German guy, and Bahram Murtazaliyev became IBF champion at the 154 division, and I've been on the road since then. I went to Oleksandr's, but I am almost like a day after with Loma on the phone. He's doing very well. His preparation is already coming down in the very end, and as soon as going to be back home in a week or so, about in a week, maybe 10 days, we're going to Australia.
I do want to ask you about Lomachenko. Do you feel like he gets the credit he deserves? We've seen him push himself to different weight classes, to different levels. He hasn't sort of missed a fight opportunity. Any fight starts coming his way against the big boys, he's taken them. But it seems like at some point, he might have lost a bit of credibility with some of the boxing fans because he got lost for maybe moving up too high. Do you feel like he doesn't get the credit in this sport that he deserves?
Well, it's a lot of negativity going, and jealousy going, and I think Loma, one of the greatest fighters in the history, I want to even say, but maybe he's too ambitious. Maybe he's kind of like wanted to achieve something what more than possible, and he has to go. Well, I'm not talking about the judging, because the judging for Loma was terrible. In the two fights, it was, especially with Haney, it's a terrible. If you can say about with Teofimo, it was at least a little bit close fight, but with Haney, it's terrible. So, yes, he's a small guy. He's a 126 pounder. Nobody want to fight. He wants 130. Nobody want to fight. He wants 135. He doesn't need to make a weight for 135. He comes in the ring like 140 maybe, after. But and he has to fight with a guy who's 160. What's Devin Haney came into the ring in the last fight. So
before I do let you go, I do want to talk about Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. It's a fight that's going to happen in New York on the weekend. Give me your thoughts on that fight. We see what's going on in sort of the social media as with Ryan Garcia. How do you see this fight playing out?
Well, it's another kind of like. But I think Haney will do his job.
Egis, always a pleasure to talk to yourself. We will catch you in Riyadh for the big fight on May the 18th, the lead up to the big fight. Thank you very much for sort of speaking to us, and always good seeing you in London, my man. Thank you very much. Thank you.